Good morning, family. I'm up. I wake up every morning at 4:30. First, I cook for my children. Then, I straighten up a little bit, make my bed, get myself together, put a little glow on myself. But this morning, I was led, I heard God say, tell them the story from the beginning. Because I always talk about, the divine feminine, you doing a good job, praising you for your success, your journey. But I want to show y'all something. I pulled out these cards because I was not like this. I was not like this. I was not talkative. I was not confident. I was not outgoing. Especially in unfamiliar settings. I used to be very much that overthinker, that anxious, that unsure, that weirdo, the one that didn't fit in, the loner, I used to be very much so self-conscious. So God wants me to tell you how to get from that to this, right? Empress energy. We talk about the divine feminine and the Empress all the time. But I used to be this woman. So, this dang on phone is working my soul. So, God's want me to tell you how I got from this to this Empress energy. Eight of Swords is someone who is insecure, unsure, anxious, stuck in thoughts, no action, replaying events in their head, unable to read themselves or others. A person that has no direction, a person that is very unsure. That used to be me. That's why I said on another video, I was completely content playing a side role. I thought I was happy in a cubicle for the rest of my life. I was completely content playing a supportive role. I had no direction for myself. So, but now, how did I get like this? How did I become an Empress? How did I awaken to divine feminine energy, right? First, I'm not going to front. It took heartbreak. It took heartbreak on more than one level. I'm talking about heartbreak with my actual children's father, heartbreak with my mother, heartbreak with my best friends. I'm talking about people treating me in a way that you wouldn't expect from people that say they love you or even like you, right? I had to navigate myself through knowing my self-worth. So it wasn't just one thing that happened, it was several things that happened. So when I found myself with no friends, going through it in the relationship, and then me and my mom not on good terms, I turned to information. And first, because as a Black person, we're usually raised as Christians or Baptists or something. You went to some church, you might be Jehovah's Witness, whatever. But, you were attached to some sort of religious practice, right? And usually as a young woman, that takes a toll in regards to shaping your identity in general, your identity, your personality, your behavior. So, first, I went to God. I started trying to read the Bible, and I didn't like what I was reading because it felt as if the information was meant to confuse. I would read the Bible and I still would have no direction of where I wanted to go or what I was supposed to be doing. At that time, I did not understand. I was taking it all literal. I did not understand that the Bible was a book of metaphors and I should read between the lines and understand the story or what they really trying to tell me behind the fairy tale. I didn't know none of that. So, hold on. Let me pause it, y'all. So, around this time when I'm going through it with friends, family members, and lovers, this was around the time when, the media felt it necessary to display on television how they were shooting black men down in the street, stepping on their necks and choking them out, And, being a loving, overgiving person, I'm concerned about someone else's plight as opposed to my own plight. So, I'm emotionally affected by the things that I've seen on the news, which is what it was designed to do anyway. But I would be emotionally triggered by seeing people being abused in such a way and losing their lives. So I stumbled upon Dr. Helen Cress Welsing. And I stumbled upon a radio interview of her talking about how the police see the male genitalia as a gun. So even when they say they don't have a gun, in their mind, they do have a gun. So it started with that, right? I started reading her books. But then I started listening to her speeches and reading books that she had written. And she referenced a book called The Stolen Legacy. And this book breaks it down about now how only our information is still written in stone, and our ancestors left it there purposefully because they knew that we would find it and awaken one day. But who was the author of that book? It's called Stolen Legacy. Look it up, you'll find it. But the author also explained how people, Plato, Socrates, and somebody else, they were sent to Africa to learn the divine information, right? And then they went back to Europe and traveled all these other places around the world. And they wrote all these books about what they had learned. And then mysteriously, those 3 men were murdered or deleted some kind of way. So the book Stolen Legacy taught me how to look deep. And then from that point, I started reading all these different types of books, reshaping my mind. I started reading all these different books that reshaped my mind, reshaped the way that I interpreted information, and reshaped the way that I looked at myself and approached my own spirituality. So that was just the beginning, right? And I went through so many lessons. Like, for the most of us, especially the divine feminine, the first lesson that we usually have to learn is the self-worth, self-love lesson, right? It's usually self-worth, self-love, speak up for yourself, defend yourself. It's all about protecting oneself, learning oneself, listening to, I told y'all I just had breakfast. I made bacon, grits, French toast sticks, and a strawberry banana smoothie. That probably don't go together, but that's what I was craving. So anyway, I lost my train of thought. Hold on. All of those different books led me to a different perspective, hangman energy. I started seeing myself and the world differently. So then eventually I stumbled upon tarot, and that's when I started learning energy. I learned how to read my energy and then ultimately read other people's energy, because I told you I was already the outcast, the weird one, the loner, no friends. So I had already been accustomed to reading other people's body language and listening to what they say. I was now starting to apply that. And that's when I started receiving confirmation in regards to what I was learning and what I was seeing, and then putting them together. So then when I started reading tarot and learning about tarot, I used to watch The Birthday Gift on YouTube often. She is very knowledgeable. She doesn't give you low vibrational energy. She's going to tell you the truth. But anyway, my video's getting almost over. So I'm going to explain in the next video how I recognized the energy I was in and how I got into a different mindset so I can heal myself and then move on to the next phase of life. So I went from the 8 of Swords to the Queen of Cups in reverse, to the Queen of Cups in the upright, then the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and then ultimately the Empress. And then what you learn to do as the Empress, you learn how to transmute these energies. You learn how to go back and forth between them and which one to use when. All of these energy are your tools. So this is what we're going to teach you, okay?